fine afternoon to enjoy our national pastime at Seattle's Safeco Field. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Seattle Mariners. Mariners baseball comes your way next. Number 18 is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Mariners. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, Matt, the first thing we're going to find out is how well this guy pitches with little sleep. I can't imagine knowing that you're going to be the next day starting pitcher the night before. This is a young guy making his first start. Listen, you can only make your debut one time, so there has to be lots going on in this guy's mind. Hopefully he can settle down early and pitch well in his debut.
Now to the plate, David Fletcher. He will lead this one off today. 2 balls and a strike to the Angels leadoff hitter. And a great day for baseball here. 81 degrees at first pitch. Now the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air out to left field. Beckham is after it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And with that, let's take a look at the Angels starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
You know, I'm excited to watch Justin Upton right now. This guy is one of 3 American League Silver Sluggers in the outfield. You know how many outfielders there are in the league? A lot. And he walked away with one of the Silver Sluggers. This man can hit.
So 1 away here with the bases empty, and standing in the ever dangerous Mike Trout. And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
You know what, Dan? I'm always baffled when Eric Summersgill's behind the dish because he has a tendency to favor one side of the plate.
You know, that's one of the things I think pitchers get a little bit frustrated with the E-train at times. It's like, hey, you're going to give me that inside quarter, give it to me, but don't keep moving the dish around on me all game.
1 out, nobody on. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. Strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Into the box, Shohei Ohtani. And a slider misses here. 2 balls and a strike. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Smith will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So a fairly painless top of the first. Angels nothing. Mariners coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Dylan Peters gets the starting nod for the Halos. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, it just goes to show you how tough it is to pitch in today's game. This guy has a career ERA over 5. At times he can be good, and at times he can be really, really bad. It'll be interesting to see which guy shows up in this one here today.
Malik Smith the next to hit. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. And a good throw gets him 1 gone. And now a quick look at the Mariners starting lineup in this one. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, I love what Kyle Seager brings to the table for this team. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click. When he's swinging the bat well, they just go.
Digging in, J.P. Crawford. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Peters, a left-handed pitcher on the shorter side at 5'9" tall. He was taken in the 10th round during the 2014 draft.
Hey, this guy's got a chance to be an absolute steal. Being drafted where he was, there are definite signs that he has a chance to make an impact at the big league level.
3-1 to him now. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Upton's under it. And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Batting third, right fielder.
Striding into the box, Domingo Santana looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive.
Nope.
And it misses. 3-1 now. Fouled away. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a two-seamer, and the inning is over. Mariners come up empty first time around. We played an inning in Seattle. No score. So here's the cleanup hitter, Justin Upton. And if you remember, he took home a Silver Slugger Award for AL outfielders a year ago. Skied into straightaway right. Santana has a read on it. And that's the first out of the inning.
Okay, here's how the Mariners are going to line up defensively. And guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
In now is Andrelton Simmons. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. Reined in. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time. And that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over
The 3-2 pitch. And this one misses high for ball 4. And they have themselves a 2-out base runner. Stepping in, Brian Goodwin. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Pujols, the runner at first with 2 gone. That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Angels strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Standing in, Tim Beckham. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. Now the 3-2 pitch. High in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Line drive to left. And the Mariners have themselves their first base hit. So the leadoff man reaches base to start out their half of the second inning.
I know this guy isn't known for his hitting prowess, but that's a nice job right there. Getting a single on a 3-2 pitch in the middle of the zone. Grab your glove and flash some leather.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses, ball 2. A runner at first with no outs here. Sacrifice attempt here. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out.
Here's how the Halos are going to line up on defense. And we have to focus on one of the best players in all of our sport. Mike Trout, center fielder. Just as fun to watch him play defense as it is to watch him hit. This guy gets after it with his hair on fire. It's like watching a middle linebacker play center field.
Into the box, Tom Murphy. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Bottom of the second here with no score. A ball and 2 strikes to the Mariners catcher.
Hey, I can understand why he wanted to elevate the fastball right there. This batter's eyes have been lit up since he stepped in the box. Let's see if he gets him fishing on something breaking in the dirt right here.
The 1-2 is a changeup that's looked at for a ball.
Boy, that was an awfully close pitch right there. I know if I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those that could go either way.
Heading out towards shallow right. On the run is Goodwin. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out. At the plate, Kyle Seager. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. The 2-1 home is a sinker that dips below the zone for a ball. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
Batting 8th, third baseman.
Digging in now, number 23. 2's all over the place. 2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Trout on the run, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. And the run will score as the Mariners get off to a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
Into the box now, D. Gordon. Fletcher will put this one away, and the side is retired. M's pick up a run on 2 hits. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Mariners 1 and the Angels 0. A sight to be seen. The great Pike Place Market here in Seattle. Welcome back to baseball on the show. Leading off the inning, Dustin Garneau, and they'll need him to get something going here. This is back toward the mound. And the Halos have their first hit of the game.
That's got to be frustrating right there. You execute a pitch, a nice, good pitch right there. Batter's able to get a little lucky, stayed through it, caught it off the end of the bat. Not his best swing, but he's able to find a hole in the outfield.
In now, Luis Renfroe. Now a bunt attempt here, and they'll just tag him out along the first base line.
Sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there. And sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
Stepping in now, David Fletcher is put in play to the right side of the infield. Throw gets him 2 down.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
So stepping in, Mike Trout, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at 3rd. Now the 1-1 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. Into a slide, and he makes a great catch to retire the side. Fine sliding catch here will take us to break. Dan, Mark, and I are back in Seattle in just a moment. Striding in once again, Malik Smith, as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. The 1-2. Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2. Here now the 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd.
As if things aren't tough enough here playing in this hostile environment, he walks the leadoff hitter, and oh yeah, he's a threat to run every time he gets on base. Not the way he wanted to start this outing.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Smith on at first, nobody out. Got it back in time there, and it's 2-1.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Now the 2-1. Now a ball fouled down the right field line out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. The 2-2. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
Into the box, Domingo Santana. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
Runner at first here, one man out. And a snap one over to first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Now a snap throw to first. Runner's back. There goes Smith. Hit hard on the ground at first. And he'll take this over to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner moves into scoring position at second.
The left fielder, number 1, Tim Beckham.
Stepping into the box, Tim Beckham. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Runner goes for third. Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to Pujols is going to be in time, and the inning is over. One left for Seattle, but they're up 1-0. Next up, the two-way Japanese import Shohei Ohtani. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. Throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a two-base hit.
When you heard the crack of the bat, you just knew that was going to get down for an extra base hit. Great way to start an inning, that's for sure.
Standing in now, Justin Upton. And Upton can't connect there as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our two starters. And as you see there, just 1 mile an hour separating these two arms so far. 96 on one hand, 95 on the other. So striding in, Andrelton Simmons, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He loses him on ball 4.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
Ready now for L.A. Albert Pujols. He drew a walk his first time up. And this one gets away. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Man, that is such a wasted opportunity. 2 on, 1 out. Perfect situation to induce a grounder and get out of the inning, but instead he's wild and both runners advance, taking the double play situation away.
He stays alive, still 2-2. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. Albert Pujols with a 3-run homer, and it gives the Angels a 3-1 lead.
Hey, that's one of the toughest parts about standing out there on the bump. Giving up a long home run or giving up a bomb at any time as a pitcher. You just have to regroup and get back on that horse.
Into the box now, Brian Goodwin. And there's a base hit on the line. Around first, he's digging for second. Around second now and headed for third. The relay throw, well, he is in there with a triple.
Yeah, first a home run and then a triple. And if the pattern holds, the next hitter will rope a double to bring another run home here. We shall see.
Stepping in now, Dustin Garneau, rounded down the third baseline. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
Into the box, Luis Renfroe. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
Swing and a miss much too early, and that makes it a full count.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball. Stepping up now, Mike Trout. No hits to this point. 1-1 home. And, oh, look out, as that pitch ran in and got him. And that's going to force in a run.
And this is a case of a pitcher letting his frustrations get the best of him. He feels like he gets robbed on the previous pitch, and he just rears back and really let it go on the next pitch, but it got away from him in a big way.
In now, Shohei Ohtani, a little bouncer. Renfroe, the runner at third. Fletcher at second. Trout at first. 2 out in the inning. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run home run. Bottom of the 4th coming up. The Angels lead it here 4-1. Stepping up to the plate, Omar Narvaez.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
Just a great approach at the plate right there. Takes that pitch on the outer half and goes with it. He clearly hit it well because it bounced right over the wall for a ground rule double.
Standing in now, Tom Murphy. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Sent out to straightaway center field. Trout has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Third baseman number.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. The 1-1 misses for the second ball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Sent on the ground out to second. And a throw to Pujols is in time for the second out.
Had to protect there with 2 strikes, and he just got it off the end of that. Not much of a problem for the infield at that point.
Stepping in now, number 23. And he misses 2-1. Chopped weakly to the left. Fletcher is up with it. Throw over to Pujols at first. He'll take care of him to end the inning. Mariners leave 1. They trail it 4-1. Here's Justin Upton now. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Turned on down the line. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And he will get there as the Angels are in business with a leadoff double.
No doubt about it. He was looking fastball all the way there, and that's exactly what he got. Got the barrel out front and just blasted it down the line for an extra base hit. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Great opportunity here.
Into the box now, Andrelton Simmons. But an easy play there at first as that becomes the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 5, Albert Pujols.
Here's Albert now. And a great pitch there as Pujols swings and misses, and it's always a sigh of relief when you can set him down.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. 1 run will score easily. Here's the second runner around third. And it's not in time. He's safe as 2 runs come across to score away from the play.
Just goes to show you, if you're going to throw that 2-seam fastball away, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. With this one, it started out on the corner, so it leaked back right over the heart of the plate and got whacked.
Into the box, Luis Renfroe. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Home half of the 5th coming up. Angels lead it 6-1. Digging in to try it again. D. Gordon. He popped out in his first trip.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. And he popped him up. Simmons onto the grass. 1 out.
Center fielder number 00, Alex. Hey.
Malik Smith the next to hit. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
1-2. Here it comes. And a breaking ball stays outside.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. J.P. Crawford is on deck. Grounded to the right. Oh, what a stop on the slide. The tag got him. Digging in once again, J.P. Crawford. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. So 1-1. There's a swing and a ball lifted to left, but back in the seats, out of play. It's 1-2. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And it will end the inning thanks to a little help from his first baseman, and that'll be that. Mariners are down in order. They trail 6-1. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, David Fletcher to get us started here for the Angels with the excitement waiting on deck in the form of Mike Trout. Swinging a soft liner. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Standing in now, Shohei Ohtani. Seared down the first baseline, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. Popped up. And that'll get down for a base hit. He'll get it into second, but he'll be in there with a double. That was not a good pitch, but he handled it nicely, guys.
Yeah, and the pitcher's got to wonder what he has to do to get it past this guy. That pitch was off the plate, but he showed great reach, gets good extension, and drives it for a 2-bagger.
Stepping in now, Justin Upton. And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. The 1-2. Tapped down the line. And he'll just make the tag himself, and the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. It's back to Seattle right after this. Now batting, Domingo Santana. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
Ready for another shot now, Tim Beckham. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. Around first is Beckham, on his way to second. Around second, he's on his way to third. The relay, and he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
Here's another look at it right here as he drives it right between the 2 outfielders, heading towards the right center field wall. He was flying out of the box, so I think he was thinking triple all the way. By the time they get it back in, he's safely into third.
Number 31 is ready, and he'll take the ball from the manager. And a pretty good take there on the slider down. It's ball 3. Tom Murphy will be next. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Well, he's a youngster. You can see he's a little nervous out there. Some people call it butterflies, but to him it probably feels like pterodactyls are flying around in his gut. Going to be interesting to see if he can settle down here.
Liner toward right center, and a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with 2 strikes, and this guy throws out a fillet of fish for the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap. That inside-out swing as a pitcher, you think you've thrown a good pitch, but sometimes as a hitter, they put a good swing on it and still ends up for a base hit.
Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or are you still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are. If you're a power pitcher, you can go ahead and ride a fastball up in the zone. But if you're a guy that induces a lot of ground balls with a sinker, I think you have to stick with that plan.
And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Now batting, number
Coming to the
23.
plate now, number 23, and they're runners at the corners now. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
The 2-1. Hit hard to the right side, but foul. Set, and the 2-2 pitch. Now a foul tip held onto behind the plate. It's strike 3, and that ends the inning. Mariners forced to settle for 1. 7th inning coming up. The Halos lead this one 6-2. Welcome back to Safeco Field here in Seattle. The Angels are out on top in this one as we get caught up on our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Now in the box, Andrelton Simmons hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. Ball 3.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Can't keep that one fair, and now the count's full. Hit in the air to shallow center. Smith in pursuit. He's not going to get to it, so the leadoff guy's aboard with a base hit.
The first baseman, number 5, Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols will stride in again as first we flash you back to his at-bat in the 4th inning, and what a big one it was. A 3-run home run that was certainly one of the big blows in the ballgame to this point. Payoff pitch one more time. Oh, and this one's driven the other way and deep to the corner. But he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out.
The right fielder, number 18.
Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin. The 2-1 home. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield. And they'll hold the lead runner at third, but the batter does end up making it to second with only one away.
The batter, Catherine.
And here now is Dustin Garneau, who drove in 2 runs on a double in his last at-bat.
The good news for pitchers in this park is that it doesn't give up many home runs. A lot of room in the outfield. Sometimes that's the bad news as well, though, because there's a lot of space for hits to get down and to go for extra bases just like that.
Simmons on third. Goodwin is over at second with 1 down in the inning. And this misses here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's issued here into his 7th inning of work.
The batter, number 4, second base.
Digging in the switch hitter, Luis Renfroe. He'll swing it from the left side right here. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. The 1-2. And look out as that gets him. So that's going to bring home a run. Into the box now, David Fletcher. He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they could get out of this jam, though.
Now the 1-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, count.
Missed with a breaking ball. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Has to challenge him now. Here's the pitch. And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now.
The center fielder, number 27.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. The 1-2. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Angels get just the 1. On now to the bottom of inning number 7. It's the Angels 7 and the Mariners 2. So striding forward now, D. Gordon. He flew out in his last at-bat.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Two and 1 now to Gordon. Count even at 2-2. Missed with a slider.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order is coming up right behind him.
The 3-2 pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
And that misses ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
He's really struggled with his command in this game, no doubt about it. But to make things worse, he just lost one of the fastest guys in the ballpark.
Coming to the plate now, Malik Smith. He was a ground-out victim last time up. The 1-1 home. Hit back up the middle. Simmons is there. A bare hand for 1. On to first. And how about that double play? Wow.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
In now, J.P. Crawford. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. 2-2 count. Here it comes. And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Mariners go down quietly there. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Number 67 is on, and he'll take over on the mound in relief.
Number 67.
And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Shohei Ohtani. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Justin.
Here's Justin Upton now. The 2-1 home. Runners off for second. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
Clearly, they're not satisfied with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. You don't want to disrespect your opponent and do that in a blowout game, but I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead, and now they've got a chance to add on to it.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. Fastball called strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
And indeed, the throw will finish him off as they get the put out at first, and there are 2 away now.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
Into the box now, Albert Pujols. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Popped him up. Number 23 is there. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Angels leave 1. They're on top 7-2. Felix Pena is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 64.
Now at the plate, Domingo Santana. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And now time is called as a beach ball has made its way out into left field here. The 1-2. It's a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, Pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. And he lays off again, ball 3. Omar Narvaez will be next. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And the count will be full. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he misses, ball 4.
The batter, designated hitter.
Settling in now, Omar Narvaez. It was a walk in his last trip. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Pena, a native of the Dominican Republic. This is his first year at the big league level. Now the 2-1 pitch. Misses off the plate. Beckham leads off first with 1 away. Pulled toward right center field. Trout has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
Skied into straightaway right. Waiting on it is Goodwin. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1 left for Seattle. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Stepping in, Brian Goodwin. He doubled his last time through. Now the payoff pitch home. Is swung on and missed, strike 3.
Well, you got to love a live young arm. He's got an electric fastball. And if he can learn to harness that and work in his solid secondary stuff, he's going to have a really nice career on the mound. Not everyone is gifted with a fastball like that.
Into the box, Dustin Garneau. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. To 2-2 now. Line to the right side, but that's a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Still even at 2-2.
If I'm on the mound right now, I know I'm in the hitter's head. He was definitely sitting soft. I might speed him up and elevate it right here.
And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2. And he'll find a way to get a piece of that one to stay alive. The 2-2 one more time. Is a fastball down below the knees.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as an offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. He'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Angels are gone in order. They're on top 7-2. Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Three-two pitch. And could this be the start? It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats.
Number 23.
Now at the plate, number 23. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. The 3-1. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. Here's D. Gordon now. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable. A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
Here now the 2-2. Grounder down the line at third. The second for 1. Back to first, and Gordon was hit into a double play. Malik Smith the next to hit. Although there are a couple of bases open, and we'll see if they think about working around him. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon.
I can't imagine he was sitting on fastball at his neck right there. He's going to have to lower his sights if he's going to have any chance.
Last chance for the Mariners. High and deep to straightaway right. Goodwin going back on it. To the track, to the wall. Gone! A two-run blast to straightaway right field, and it's now a 7-4 ball game.
Well, that ball right there was right up in the happy zone. It doesn't take much to drive one out of the ballpark when you connect on a high pitch like that. The backspin carried that one right out of here.
Cam Bedrosian takes over on the mound now as he'll try to get the final out of the ball game here and pick up a save. Standing in now, J.P. Crawford. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Softly on the line to third. On to Albert at first, and this ball game is over.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
7-4 the final finish today. The Angels took the lead in the fourth and held on until the end. Dylan Peters is credited with the win. Number 18 was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Angels. 7 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 11 men on base. For the Mariners, 4 runs on 6 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 28 minutes. A reminder that extra post-game trains will be available at the King Street Station, located just north of Safeco Field. Metro Transit buses are also available at stations on First Avenue, Royal Brom Way, and Edgar Martinez Drive.